6:45, we want to turn our attention to Washington, where the focus today is going to be on international affairs. President Trump is expected to talk with Russian President Vladimir Putin today. And we go live to Joe St. George. What exactly is expected to come from today's conversations, Joe?
Well, this could be, and I use the word could be, a very pivotal moment, right? Ukraine has already accepted a 30-day ceasefire. Russia is at least talking to the President of the United States today, and while they haven't accepted that ceasefire proposal, President Trump indicated on social media overnight that there have been areas of agreement already. Not everything's been agreed to, and when you're dealing with situations like this, nothing's agreed to until everything's agreed to. But President Trump is at least sounding optimistic that something may get done. It would be a huge political victory for President Trump, who campaigned on ending the war between Russia and Ukraine. And while a ceasefire is not an end to a conflict per se, it would be a significant development after more than 3 years of fighting, tens of thousands of lives lost on both sides. President Trump has indicated that such topics such as land, territory, and that's a big one, that's complicated, right? What do the borders of Ukraine and Russia look like right now? As well as energy, access to power plants, that'll be part of the conversation, which is just now minutes away from getting underway. It's the first time Putin and Trump have spoken since Ukraine accepted their version of the ceasefire a few days back, although one of President Trump's top foreign policy advisors did meet with Putin privately just a few days ago, laying the groundwork for this high-profile phone call between Putin and Trump. And it could lead to an in-person meeting. A few weeks back, President Trump indicated that that was possible in the not-too-distant future. The word of the day, no doubt, is ceasefire. There's hope for a ceasefire when it comes to Eastern Europe. And, of course, the big news out of the Middle East today is the end of a ceasefire between Israel and Gaza, as the Gaza Health Ministry reports the Associated Press picked up north of 400 people killed overnight as fighting resumes in that part of the world. So we have in the Middle East a ceasefire ending, hopes for one in Eastern Europe. We'll see what happens today.